Potent Productivity Podcast, where we pull back the curtain and dive into the real emotional journeys behind entrepreneurship. We're your hosts, Sarah
and Robert, and we know that building a business isn't just about crushing your to-do list or chasing overnight success. It's about navigating the ups and downs and unexpected turns that come with following your passion.
We're not here to sell you easy wins or rehearse the same tired success stories you've heard 1,000 times. We're here to talk about the moments when enthusiasm is buried beneath a mountain of tasks, when self-doubt creeps in, and when you're not sure where your road leads next.
So each week, we'll share raw conversations, real lessons, and practical strategies to help you reconnect with your creativity, build resilience, and rediscover what excited you about your business in the first place.
If you're ready for honest talk, community, and actionable inspiration, you're in the right place. Let's get real. Let's reclaim your potent productivity together. Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Potent Productivity Podcast. I'm your host, Sarah Pitts, and my lovely co-host, Robert Cabeca, is here with me. Hey, Robert. Hello.
Hello, Sarah.
Hello. Did I keep freezing? My internet state is a bit unstable today, so I apologize if this network is rubbish. But today we are answering questions about market visibility for solo business owners. Now, I haven't looked deeply at these questions. I'm going to admit that. Okay. And I know, Robert, you haven't seen them either. Nope. So I'm just going to read them out. We're going to give our best guess answers at this kind of thing based on our experience.
Exciting. Yeah. I feel like I'm on Jeopardy all of a sudden.
I don't even know what that is because we don't have that here. So there you go. Oh, dear. Okay. Okay, I'm going to ask the first question, okay? So, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. What are some effective marketing strategies for solo entrepreneurs?
Wow, there's millions of them. No, there aren't.
I know.
Effective. No, there's lots of strategies, but how many are really effective? Ooh, that's
exactly.
The key word. Effective. Ooh.
Yeah, exactly. Now, when I saw this question, because I saw it briefly before you did, so
you've had much more time to think about this than me.
Yeah, sorry about that. For me, the most effective marketing strategy is the one that you can get really excited about. Yeah. You know, and so for me, that's about having fun in your own business, because a lot of people, especially solo business owners that are creative, they're service-based maybe, they find marketing really difficult and intimidating. And so for me, the best way to overcome that and present yourself in a way that gets people excited is for you to be excited about what you're doing. So when you're having fun, people really resonate with that and they want to join in with your fun. Yeah. So that's the best way, in my opinion, to put your personality out there, to put your just the way that you do business out there into the world, because what you find fun, other people might not.
Right. And I think that's just a big key because, fun gives us energy. Energy gives us motivation, to follow through even during the challenging times. But more importantly, it gives us the energy that we need to get spun up. I think one of the most important things about, an effective marketing strategy is not to try to copy somebody else's. You are not somebody else. Mm-hmm. You are not your business is not somebody else's business. It just ain't. So don't do what someone else is doing. You can take hints from what someone else is doing, that's successful and apply certain strategies. But you don't want to be copying content. You don't want to be, mimicking things and stuff like that. You really want to, I think that the most important aspect, the first thing that you have to do is once you have that energy, know who your clients are. Who is your avatar? Who is your target market? Mm-hmm. And for me, I can't tell you how many businesses that I had where I thought everybody's my customer. I want to market to everybody.
Yes.
That's expensive.
Yes, it is.
Let me tell you, it's expensive and it's frustrating.
Yeah.
And so once you learn how to market to one, niche, one category of your clientele base, it's so easy to cookie cutter that,
Yeah.
and to grow that. And I think that keeping it small is the most effective marketing strategy. Start small.
Yeah.
And here's the problem that I have with that. I want big results fast. Gosh darn it. And
Yeah.
who are you to tell me to think small? I didn't tell you to think small. I said
No.
start. My ego can't handle that.
No.
I got to be just like, it's just like put it out there,
Mhm.
right now, right away. Everybody's got to do it, and they all have to buy all at once.
Mm.
And so and what I'm describing, I'm sarcastic here a bit, but what I'm describing, are those mixed expectations, those
Mm.
unrealistic expectations that really go in line with that, you know. So I love what you said about having that energy, and you put so much energy into everything that you do, so it's just like I love that. And when I want to now market one of my businesses or one of my products, I'm asking myself, who is this for? Who is this really for? And what are my expectations? Are my expectations clear? Are they reasonable? You know,
Yeah. Yeah. And I think for me, when I say I'm having fun, it's like if I can go, hey, this is fun, come along and join me. It's like how many people can I come can come into my world when
yeah,
I'm having fun? Because that creates such a deep connection with people.
yeah,
Because then you know that the people who are replying to you and they're engaging with you, they're your people because
yeah,
they get
yeah,
it. They have the
yeah,
same ideas you do, they have the same sense of humor you do. It's just, you can't do that when you're, you know, got 15 different ads running and, all this kind of stuff. And of course, all the different types of marketing strategy are all effective in their own way.
yeah.
But unless you're having fun and you're showing who you are through
Yeah.
those things,
Right,
then
right.
that's when it's not very effective.
Yeah,
It's not showing who you are, it's not communicating with the right people, and it's not offering them the right thing.
right, right.
Yeah.
Right, 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 right. I'm sitting there just going, right, right, right.
Okay,
Right, right,
I'm
right,
going to
right,
let you start this one.
right.
Okay. So the second question I have is how can I identify my target audience?
Oh, that's a brilliant question. How can I identify my target audience? The first important thing that I ask myself, I wrote this a series of books called The Avatar Code, which really digs deep into this. And
Cool.
it's like two books that goes really in deep about how to identify who your avatar is, right?
Hmm.
So, first thing I have to ask is what are the benefits of this product or service that I have? And who benefits most from these benefits?
Hmm.
Because there are things like, metrics. Well, I want to market to, people who are 35 to 65 who, are bald, and blah, 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 blah. Those are metrics.
Hmm.
We don't want, that type of information. That's not my quote unquote target audience.
Hmm.
My target audience are the people that are truly going to benefit immediately from this product or service. So, for example, my chocolate company. So I teach chocolate classes, through one of my companies, and it's like, yay, who doesn't love chocolate?
Exactly.
Chocolate's for everybody. Everybody is my customer. No. There are some people who like to eat chocolate, and there are some people who like to taste chocolate. My target audience are people who like to taste chocolate. And tasting is an experience. Like you taste wine. You don't just get the bottle and chug it down. Well, maybe I used to, but that was decades ago. And same thing like a chocolate bar. I just don't sit there and devour a Hershey's bar. I go out and find a Grand Cru chocolate bar, and I'll take one little itty bitty teeny weeny piece and I smell it and I taste it and, I experience it, right?
Hmm.
And so I'm looking for the people. My target audience I have level one, level two, level three classes example. So my level one class is for people who normally eat chocolate and want to learn and know that they enjoy it and they want to learn how to enjoy it better.
Mm.
Right. So my target audience are people just, and so I market to that. I use language, that looks for people. Oh, you know that chocolate's sweet and bitter, right? What if there were more to that? What if there were more nuances to that, that you could start to experience that allow you to enjoy chocolate? And
Mm.
then level two takes it from there. So it's like that's how I do it. I mean, this is a really long answer to a short question, but the point is like, I don't want to just go out there and throw money at advertising and at marketing and organic social media and just throw lots of spaghetti against the wall, which I have done,
Hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
and it's you get you might get some results, but you're never going to get effective results.
No.
You want effective results. Ask yourself, what are the benefits of this product or service? Who are going to be who is going to be uh, the person that benefits most from this,
Yeah.
and that becomes the archetype for that product or service.
Yeah. You see, I've been an avatar coach now for 6 years, I think.
Yeah.
And I've worked with hundreds and hundreds of solo business owners, one to one, helping them figure this out. Right. And the thing that I learned is that your ideal customer starts with you.
Hmm.
Right? Because everyone goes, oh, it's your avatar, it's your target audience, it's whoever, right? But if you break the phrase, your ideal customer, into
Hmm.
its individual pieces,
Hmm.
right? You start with you,
Hmm.
okay? What you were describing to me about your chocolate shop is fantastic because you're starting with, I want these people, because that's the thing that you care about,
Hmm.
right? That's the thing that you have a lot of knowledge on that you want to share with the world,
Hmm.
right? So it starts with you. It starts with, who am I? What do I have to offer? And then who is likely, so we move into the ideal, who really resonates with this, right? And there can be different groups of people who would resonate with with your message, right?
Yeah.
They're not all willing to pay you. I spent years, and I mean years, trying to convince a group of people who did not want my services to pay me. They didn't
Hmm.
want to pay me.
No fun.
That's not fun at all. And
Hmm.
that's where the customer section comes in of that phrase, your ideal customer. So it starts with you. What do you care about? What do you love? What can you share with the world? Who is likely to receive it best? And are they willing to pay you? And once you have those three sections, that's your ideal customer. That's your target audience. And the beauty of finding that audience is that you feel like you belong with these people. You're not talking at them, you're
Hmm.
talking with them and you're helping them and they're helping you. And I think that's a really important part of the puzzle that's missing for a lot of solo business owners. They want to talk at these people because they've got something to share and they care deeply about sharing it with these people, right? But they can't be vulnerable with this group of people because they feel like they have this persona of professionalism or whatever to share. But when you can find the group of people who can help you just as much as you can help them, that's true belonging. That's when you find the people who will take care of you when things are going wrong and they can help
Hmm.
you out of that deep dark hole you find yourself in, you know? And it's really powerful when you find that group of people. So if you're a solo business owner who wants to make a difference in the world, you're not trying to just make money, then finding your ideal customer is the best thing that you can do because until you do it, everything just is frustrating.
Hmm. Absolutely. Well said. Well said.
Like, okay,
Yay. Question
so
three.
um, next question is how can I leverage social media to promote my business? Do you want me
You
to
go
start on that
first.
one? I'll start on that one. Okay, so leveraging. is I have in my book Stop Doing It All, we have a chapter and it's called the four L's of essential productivity or something like that. I can't even remember the chapter title anymore. But the four L's are basically love, learn, leverage, or let go. Okay. Now, love is the jobs that the tasks that you really enjoy doing and you can't expect anyone else to do in your business. Okay. So if you're the face of your business, then you can't get somebody else to replace you because you're the face of your business. So you have to do the teaching. And, that's where lots of creative solo business owners really love being. They want to be helping and teaching and customer facing and all that kind of stuff. And then there's certain things you have to learn, like, strategy behind business and, so
Hmm.
you're not spending ages down a rabbit hole that's never going to get you anywhere. But then you have leverage, which is utilizing a platform or a skill or somebody else to help you move forwards. And then there's let go, which is like, don't waste your time on the stuff somebody else could do. Just let somebody else do it. Okay. That's not to say it's not important in your business, which it is. It's just that you don't have to do it. Okay. So leveraging social media for me is not just about posting stuff and hoping that somebody will see it, because that's not how social media works, right? That again, we break down social media. Too many business owners, and I am absolutely in this camp most of the time until I kind of realized this fact. I was in the media camp. I was like, well, I post and I just keep posting, and then loads and loads of people will see it. And totally ignored the social side of it because
Right.
I'm not an outwardly sociable person, right? I find it difficult to remember to post what I had for my breakfast. You know, it's not, I sharing stuff about my personal life is really difficult for me.
Yeah.
So for me, that social side of things was always missing. So leveraging social media, you can do in lots of different ways, but the way that I like to do it, because I find it really hard, I like to find new people who think like I do. And I've learned that the more that I connect with new people and talk to them on a DM message or,
Mm.
rather than a post itself, that's how I'm leveraging social media because I'm learning about these people and what they do in their business. And I find that really interesting.
Yeah.
So I'm learning about these people and then I'm going, oh, maybe you could help me with this. Maybe I can help you with that. And that's how I'm leveraging social media to grow my business is not necessarily the media side of things. It's more about connecting with individual
Mhm.
people and learning about them.
Yeah. And that's all brilliant and well said because social media, when it's mentioned to me, it just sends shivers up my spine and spikes
Yeah.
through my heart and all that stuff. Like, and it's like, I am not one of these people, that, are posting 50 times a day, about every single detail of my life.
Yeah,
I'm
me neither.
a, I am not a social influencer. That is not my life. That
No,
is not what I want my life to be like,
no.
et cetera, et cetera. So I am a business owner. I have a business. I have goals. I have a strategy. I have expectations. I
Mhm,
have products and services. I have clients that I love and that I really want to help succeed.
mhm,
So when I take everything that I just said right there and apply that to social media, right? What does that mean? Well, how do I want to reach these clients? But more importantly, where? So let's use a fishing example. You don't go fishing in a pond where there are no fish.
No.
You fish where the fish are. So where are your clients? And I don't mean that your clients are fish. I just said this is a metaphor. So if your clients are in a specific Facebook group, join that Facebook group. Don't take it over. Don't be belligerent, or anything like that. Just participate as a participant in that Facebook group,
Mhm,
and when it's appropriate, you make a gentle invitation. But this is something that takes work. It's people think, oh, I'm just going to go out here and throw $1,000 at, on ads. And great. If you've got a $50,000 budget to spend on Facebook and Instagram, that is a completely different story.
Hmm.
Most solopreneurs do not have those kinds of budgets,
No.
and if you made a product or service and you started making, lots of money that changed your life, at some point you can't run your business alone anymore, and now you're no longer a solopreneur.
Hmm.
All right, your business model has just changed where you're now hiring a group of people to support your business. All
Yeah.
right, so that takes you out of the solopreneur realm, which we are really focused on here. So
Yeah.
guess what? You are part of our target market.
Yeah.
And YouTube is social media. It's like where well, we know all these different things, but the point is like, I need to know that the content that I'm providing is relatable to the people that I'm serving.
Hmm.
Yes, I create Facebook ads. Yes, I create ads, on all these different things. But again, the ads are, again, geared towards people with a specific problem that they want solved right now, and I have the best solution for
Hmm.
it. Because anytime you're on social media, people, I know what I'm like when I'm doom scrolling. Yes, I do that sometimes too. And if something catches my attention, I ask myself, what is it that caught my attention about that?
Mm.
Ooh, question. And then I click on it, and then I read the landing page. Oh, what is it that's captured my attention? Why did I just type in my email address? Why did I just type in my phone number? Why did I just click on the accept button, for all the marketing messages? Why did I just click on send? Send me everything you got and send me 20 emails a day.
Yeah.
And these are questions that I ask myself when I'm finding that I'm going down somebody else's rabbit hole.
Hmm.
Why? What triggered me?
Hmm.
Because what triggers me, about that is very important to examine, because it's going to help me understand how to connect. I don't want to trigger my clients. I don't want to feel triggered. I hate being triggered like that. It's like, ooh, gross, right?
Yeah.
And it is,
Yeah.
right? I want to be authentically moved. I want my ideal clients to have that authentic engagement. I don't
Mhm.
want them to feel, I don't want any of you to feel like I am trying to manipulate you into buying something that you don't want.
No, me neither. No, exactly. Okay. So, next question. What role does branding play in getting noticed? Now, this is a really important question for solo business owners, right? Because branding feels like it has to be this huge, complicated thing, right? But the thing that I have noticed about working with solo business owners is that branding is really just a reflection of the things that you like. Even just the colors that you choose. They're the colors that you like, you know? And everybody knows when they see something from me, it's from me because it's got bright colors on it, it's got cartoons on it, it's got certain fonts that I use because that's what I like. Okay. And when you start using something consistently, people start recognizing that. But branding really, the colors and all of that stuff, when people think about branding, is really just the icing on the cake. It's that attention grabber. It's the stop the scroll thing. You can have really great branding, but if you don't back it up with a really great message and really great information, then people will just scroll past you. And every time they see you, then with that same branding, they'll be like, oh, this is rubbish. I'm not watching this or not listening to this or reading this, you know? So for me, branding really is the icing on the cake. It's not the cake. You have to have your message, you have to have your connection with your audience, you have to have all of that stuff first before you add the colors and the personality or whatever it is you want to add on the top. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. Branding, I think, starts from the inside out.
Mm.
because I have an idea of what my product and service is, and in that idea of that product and service, I get images, sounds, feelings, etc., about what it sounds like, what it looks like, what it feels like.
Hmm.
And I want to mimic that because obviously it makes me feel good and I want it to make other people feel good. It moves me in a certain way and I want to move other people in that same certain way. And that is done through color, through images, through fonts, through style,
Hmm.
etc. And the one mistake that I've made a lot is I would constantly change my brand.
Yes.
Oh yeah. And it's like changing your brand strategically over time is one thing.
Hmm.
Like in the US, we have, well, around the world, there's Morton Salt. All right. The little girl with the umbrella, right?
Never
And
seen.
if you look at the Morton Salt thing from 100 years ago and look at it today, and you look at all the iterations of it, it's changed as times change,
Hmm.
right? But what I would do is like, okay, this brand isn't working. I'll change it tomorrow, or I'll change it and then tomorrow I would go and I'd change it. And then tomorrow I would go and change. And it's like, so what I was doing is sending a message of inconsistency to my ideal clients. And if they are perceiving inconsistency about my branding, they're immediately going to assume inconsistency in my products and services.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So it was really important for me to, pay attention to building a real brand design. And, I have made fabulous wedding cakes and delicious looking pastries, and all these things. But you ask me to put a brand together,
Yeah.
it doesn't work well for me. And it's like, and I thought, oh, well, I must be broken. There must be something wrong with me. How come I can't do that when I can do all this? It requires a different mindset, and so you get on Fiverr, you get on Upwork, you get on Canva, whatever it is, you find somebody that can look at your business model and translate that, into an image that resonates with that ideal client.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yes, you can go super deep when it comes to branding, but most
Oh,
solo business owners, entrepreneurs don't need anything super complicated. You
no,
know,
don't.
maybe five colors, that's it. And two of those are black and white.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
It's
no
like,
more than, yeah,
one dark color, one bright color or light color, and
yeah,
like a
an
contrast.
accent color. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
really simple.
yeah. And
It's
even
just like
now,
music. Sorry, I just like to relate this to music too. It's like when you think of like, the Beatles' first albums, they only played three chords.
yeah.
Slight exact, maybe four, but most of the songs were three chords. That's it. All
Yeah,
their music, three chords. And
yeah,
you listen to Paul McCartney, he's like, why was that? He's like, well, I only knew three chords. That's all I could play.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah,
And it's like the magic that you can do with three, like three colors, is really incredible.
yeah.
And where I think, oh, it's only three colors, I'm limiting myself. It needs to be rainbow, or whatever. And it's like,
Yeah.
you know,
I'm
make it
I'm
easy for
looking.
the clients to relate to.
Yeah, I mean, I did it with a client the other day, and she was freaking out about the colors on her website, and I was like, "Look, just keep this really simple." I said, "Which of the colors on this page do you like?"
Hmm.
So she said, "Oh, I like the bright blue." I'm like, "Okay." So I use a free Chrome plugin called Eyedropper,
Yep.
and I
Have
got
the
the
same
hex
one.
code for that color, and I asked ChatGPT, make me a brand palette for this color. And I gave it the hex code, and it came up with loads. It gave me five different variations of these colors. And so we went through them individually, and we were like, well, do you like these colors? And she was like, no, I don't like them. But she ended up really liking the bright contrast color. So we had this bright blue and a bright pink that went
Ooh,
with the bright blue. And she was like, oh, this looks great. I'm like, exactly. So
there you
because
go.
it's got you excited,
Yes. Yes.
it's a reflection of you and what you like.
Yeah.
And all of this stuff comes back to you and knowing yourself. And that's all it is. So
Brilliant.
one last question.
Only one more?
Yeah.
Wow.
How important is networking for solo business owners?
100%, 1000%.
Mm,
It's required.
yes.
It's required.
Yeah, your network is everything. It's it's the help you need when you need it. It's the people who know the people that you need to connect with. It's how you grow your business, it's how you support yourself mentally, it's how you find new friends, it's everything. It's not just financially. In fact, this has nothing to do with finance.
No.
If you take finance out of the equation and you support your emotional self through your network,
Hmm.
then you will find that the money follows.
Yeah, it does.
Mm.
And I think that that's really important too. Here in the US, I don't know what you have in the UK there, but here in the US, we have Eventbrite, we have
Mhm.
Meetup, we have BNI and Latip, and we've got all these different networking groups. And, we have the small SBA, the Small Business Administration. We have SCORE, which was part of SBA.
Mhm.
We have um the Chambers of Commerce, and all these different places have events for entrepreneurs,
Mhm.
and not just solopreneurs, but of all ranges, all sizes, all everything.
Yeah.
And they come and we mingle. We go out to a restaurant and have a happy hour or whatever, and we get to network. We get to talk to each other,
Mhm.
and we get to trade business cards and set up coffee dates, and to say, hey, what's going on with your business? What's going on with my business? And, oh, is there anything that we can do together?
Mhm.
I'll be honest, it's like for me, when I first started doing business networking many, many years ago, I thought it was all about sales.
Mhm.
And no, it just felt so creepy,
Yeah.
because it's like I would approach everybody, you know, as a wallet.
Yes. Yeah.
And
Mhm.
it's like, and I'm sorry, we talked about this in an episode or two ago. It's like we
Mhm.
have these mirror neurons up here.
Mhm.
People know they can see you coming a mile away,
They can.
and like,
Yeah.
oh, hi, Robert, nice to meet you. Yeah, I gotta go. See ya.
Yeah.
And it's like they can
Yeah.
just like smell the desperation a mile away.
Yes.
And what we want to do is we really want to be authentic, and go from there. And what a great place, through networking events, whether it be online networking events or
Mhm.
in-person networking events, whatever it might be, mastermind groups, et cetera's, Facebook groups, LinkedIn groups,
Mhm.
whatever, it's like connect with your like-minded people,
Yeah.
and I think it's also important. One thing that's very important for me, and if I can just say this, is that, when I surround myself with people, I surround myself with people who are like-minded, but I also toss in people that are, not above me, but who um, have crossed some significant thresholds in their life or business,
Mhm.
that help pull me up,
Yes.
or over through. I don't want to say up or down, it's like we're all equal, but it's like
Yeah.
help pull me through,
Mhm.
the barriers that I have, that I get stuck behind, like your dad gets stuck behind.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I mean, I joined a group of women business people
Hmm.
last January, so not January gone, just the one
Yeah.
before. And just talking to these women and understanding who they are and caring about them, they started to care about me and my business and what I was going through and all the rest of it. And I was coming out of a really deep, dark hole of pushing everybody away, trying to figure out my life, not really understanding where I was going or what I was trying to do. And I've said to them lots of times since, because I've never had a group of women friends like that before in my life, right? And it felt to me like I was going, yeah, but I really just need to get over there. And they've kind of reached down and gone, oh, you want to be over there? Okay, fair enough. And they've just moved me. It's like they supported me in that journey and their help has helped me jump that gap so much more quickly and feeling safe while I do that. And I would never have found those ladies if it was not for that group, that networking group, you know. And these are people now that I would travel across the world to go and see. I've never met them in person, but if they were in trouble, I'd go help,
Mm.
you
Wow,
know?
that's brilliant. Yeah. Yeah. That's lovely. I love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, I
Yeah.
hope that these questions, really kind of provoked you to ask yourself, you know, who your real audience is and how you approach your real audience, and how you represent, what you're trying to offer, you know, to these people.
Mhm.
It does take some thought. And, as a solopreneur, I can't do it all by myself. I need help. And you know what? Sarah and me are here to help you.
We are.
So in the chat, tell us what's going on.
Yeah.
Tell us what's going on. What are you stuck with? What's working? What's not working? And we'll answer. We'll do our best to provide you all the information that we can to help you succeed.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And just remember, that my biggest takeaway from today is that, you are the beginning and end of your business. You are the whole thing. And if you're not feeling supported and you're not feeling, like you're in the right place, or you don't feel valued, or you don't feel like you belong with the people,
Yeah.
then, you know, it starts and ends with you. And when you put yourself first, all of that other stuff comes,
Yeah.
you know?
It does. Yeah.
So just honor yourself by sharing what you're struggling with so that people can help you to move to where you want to go, you know?
Yeah. Brilliant. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Cool. Well, as always, Robert, I really appreciate your time. It's always so much fun talking to you.
So
And
much
I
fun.
love the fact that we didn't have any pre-programmed answers to these questions at all. I think we should do this again. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, just let us know in the comments, actually, did you like this episode? What did you like about it?
Yeah.
So,
And also, hey, don't remember to go to potentproductivitypodcast.com
yes.
because Sarah and I are developing some really cool things to serve you better. So go
Yeah.
check it.
I'll see you next time.
Cheers.